This is Sound Off 60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show.
Coaching staff was just like, you need to go through the same routine you were going through in the minor leagues. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Our skipper actually moved me up to the 2-hole in the order in the middle of that and said, hey, you're our guy, you're going to play, and we believe in you. And then got a few hits, started believing in myself.
Julio's coming back. Oh, forget it. The game's over. Forget it. The game's over. Oh,
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome, boys and girls, to another edition of Sound Off 60. The set looks a little bit different for a number of reasons. My co-host, Rick Serro, who knows what he's doing? He's probably off playing golf somewhere in Hawaii. But I can vouch for Scooter Hobbs. Scooter Hobbs is in Omaha watching the LSU Tigers hopefully pull off another great win. But in addition, I've got some guys here that know their stuff, that's ready to take charge. I've got Brady Renard with KPLC, who's my sports guy. I watch him all the time. And my good friend Jim Gazzola, who's going to tell you everything there is to know about any sport that we can possibly talk about tonight. But like my co-host Rick would say, we have a plethora of topics to talk about tonight. Starting off with the LSU Tigers advancing, beating Florida State. What a big win. Also, is there anybody that can possibly beat Golden State with the team they have in place right now? Also, looking at the NBA draft, which is coming up. Also, another big topic is going to be the Louisiana City Championship, which is coming up this weekend. And one of my big topics that I know Scooter sometimes cringes when he actually hears us talk about it is the Mayweather and McGregor fight. It's been set for August 26th. Everybody said that it wouldn't happen, but Floyd Mayweather say it will be another big payday for me. So we got all those topics to talk about tonight.
It will be a payday. It will be a payday.
But the one topic we're going to start off with, guys, that I think that's near and dear to all of us, is our LSU Tigers. Brady, tell me your thoughts on them beating Florida State, which is a team that has been there for a number of years, and LSU was able to come back with the 5-4 win. Tell me your thoughts on that.
You know, it was kind of vintage fashion from what we've seen from them. The slow starts, and then you just see them chip away. They had the crazy Sports Center top play where the ball goes off the catcher, they score, and you kind of look at it after that 2-run inning, and you said, they'll be there late. They're going to be there late. They're going to be there late. All they needed was something. It seems like these Tigers always need a mascot. They always need a rallying cry. What was it on Sunday? The beach ball.
Beach ball.
That's exactly what it was,
there,
right?
And then the bats continue. But they did a nice job. I thought that what they didn't get enough credit for is they chipped away.
Yeah.
They didn't let the deficit get to 4. It was 1,
Exactly.
and it was 1, and it was 1. And so, I mean, they're playing as good as baseball as anyone in the country outside of maybe their opponent in the next round, Oregon State. 17 games in a row? Those aren't the same Tigers that we saw in May.
No, not at all. Jim, tell me your thoughts.
Well, I think the key to them is their pitching staff. Keeps them in every game. Alex Lang did not have a good game, was not on, kept them around, only kept them 1-2 runs down the whole time. They find a way to win. I don't think this is the best LSU team in years, but they find ways to win games. And you get breaks if you're going to win 17 in a row, and they've done it. If you get another break for another week and a half, you're going to win it all. They're as good as anybody there. I'm not sure they're better than everybody there, but they have a great chance to win it if a few things go right for them.
And you're right. And one of the things that I've learned in watching baseball, I don't watch it as much, but I tend to watch a little bit more than I think I've ever watched. Baseball is a funny game. A lot of sports you can go into and say maybe there's an advantage. There's this that can maybe be a deciding factor in how a game goes. But if baseball, it could just be one fluke thing that happens that can totally change the entire game around. And with the LSU Tigers, I go back and who's going to say, oh my God, he's bringing it up again. When they played McNeese here, I was like, was that my Tigers that just got beat? Saying, what's going on here? But looking down the road, look how well they've actually advanced and how they've played. And it's just funny. But the one thing that I can say in agreeing with you is that, Jim, pitching has got to be key for a number of reasons, because I feel pitching can control a game.
That's right.
If you've got the right guy on the mound.
That's what they do. That's what they do. They control the game. Look, I hate to tell people this because people always get upset with this. I played college baseball. weekday college baseball games mean nothing. They mean nothing. You're pitching kids that are at the back end of your
LSU,
bullpen.
They struggled in the midweek games. They're not supposed to be here, Jim.
It doesn't matter. They are bigger games to the smaller teams because they're their chance to shine.
And they do matter for them.
And they do matter. Remember, when LSU last came here, their pitcher started his first career game and got shelled by McNeese, but they came back on, was Aaron Nola.
He did.
And he came back to have a great career and go to the pros.
Yeah.
They just don't matter as much as people think because everything matters on the weekend. Now, in this case, LSU has 2 pitchers that have been there before. That's as good as anybody in Porsche and Alex Lang. I don't think either one of them are throwing great at the time, but they know how to win. And that's what LSU does. It knows how to win. So we'll see if they can carry it on. I will say this, to win 19 out of 20, which they're going to have to do to advance, pretty tough to do against top competition.
I totally agree.
And what happens with the pitching, the strength of the pitching, with Poche having to come in, it's going to throw off the rotation a little bit moving forward. Depending on what happens in their next, they could get into a point where their biggest strength ends up becoming not a strength because you're not able to use it.
I think this was planned because if you look at it set up right, if done right, okay, you throw your 2 best pitchers to get into the winner's bracket. Now, you knew you were going to throw Walker second game anyway. Now you have Porsche for either game 3, which is a knockout game. And you have Porsche and Lang to win 1, or you have Porsche and Lang in must wins to survive, and then you push the extra game and you pitch everybody. So I think by flipping it, it actually works for them.
I think so. Looking at them advancing and having to play Oregon State, how tough of an opponent will that be for the LSU Tigers with the history that they have and LSU facing the #1 seed?
You know, LSU's got the #1 College World Series winning percentage of any team. So obviously, it's a mindset that they enter in. It transcends teams. It's the program. It's what they do. So that's obviously a chip in the right direction. But you look at Oregon State; they have 4 losses all year. You can lose 4 losses in the NCAA tournament and win the championship.
All year.
They have 4 losses the entire season, and they're doing it now without their best player.
Wow.
Which that's a whole nother can of worms to open at what's going on there.
If you're a veteran team like they are, that may be a rallying cry too.
Exactly.
It really comes down, when you play baseball, it comes down to 1 break, 2 breaks, and who's got the best pitcher that night. And if you got the best pitcher that night, you're going to win.
Yeah, I totally agree. And looking at it, I guess one of the things that my Tigers are close to my heart, but when you look at LSU, you have to say you don't want them to get into a bind to where they have to come from a big deficit against a team such as an Oregon State.
No.
That could be detrimental to them and the success that they want to have. But we're going to keep positive on our Tigers. We've got to go to our first commercial break, and we'll be right back, guys. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere after these few messages.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort.
Lately, Bud Light's been talking about what's on their cans. But at Miller Lite, we focus on what's in our can. More taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Come in for live country music Friday and Saturday nights at Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill.
When you make something first, you can spell it however you want. Miller Lite, the original light beer. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
We are back, guys, and there are a few things that are happening here on property at LaBerge I would like to tell you about. Every Tuesday, it's karaoke, and what you can do, you can come out and win all types of prizes, and there's trivia also that they do, and that, I want to say, starts right at about 8 p.m. So if you're not doing anything on a Tuesday night, come out and have some fun with us. We would love to have you. Also on Fridays and Saturdays, there's some local and regional talent that comes in and actually plays here in Jack Daniels. So if you're looking for something to do on a Friday and Saturday, we've got live bands here playing right here in Jack Daniels. One of the topics that we discussed in the beginning of our segment that we would talk about, and I know it's on the minds of a lot of people, and I've got to say, I am a huge LeBron fan. I'll make no bones about it. Rick and Scooter gave me a hard time saying, it's not happening, Kevin. It's not happening, Kevin. But I looked back at last year, how they came from behind and won it. But you know what? There was an X factor in all of this, and I think the guy's name was Kevin Durant. And could this be the making of a dynasty? And I mean, some of the things that we talked about that's happening right now with this team that's going to possibly keep them together, and that's probably going to cause people to have fits. Jim, give me your thoughts on that.
Well, I think that they want to be together. And, you know, Kevin Durant made the decision today to opt out of his contract, which means he will re-sign with the Warriors for less money. That will keep probably Iguodala there to keep 6-7 deep. It'll keep Steph Curry there, and then you have the makings of a very good team going back in, with the exception of one thing. And I always say this: dynasties are one blowout knee away from not being dynasties.
It is. Right. It is.
So let's not table on that. I like super teams. I think it's ridiculous to blame super teams. I watched the Lakers for many years, and they were a super team.
They were.
I grew up in the 80s and watched the Celtics get Bill Walton. I watched the Lakers go out and get Bob McAdoo. Those were super teams, and they made for good ratings. And that's what happens. You want ratings.
You do. And Brady, you know, when you look at it, when the series started, we really kind of thought it was going to be a game until after the first 2 games.
No,
and then you started saying, it's not going right.
No.
I'll say this.
No, we didn't.
What happened, Brady?
Coming in, I thought the Cavs were going to give them a fight, and they showed that they could. Games 3, Game 4, Game 5, they gave it a fight, and they arguably should have won Game 3 to at least even the series. Yeah, I mean, you blow that game the way it is. They come out and at least are competitive in the first 2 games. It kind of helps to shift the narrative a little bit. They were flat. They were bad, and you can't. To me, you put zero blame on LeBron in terms of on-court play. It wasn't LeBron. This was not LeBron's series, and they didn't lose because of LeBron.
No.
I think bad decisions late in games, and then the first 2 games not having Love play the way he needs to. J.R. Smith didn't play the way he needed to. It set him back. And you need those guys. When you're playing a super team, and I don't know if I'd put the Cavs quite there, because I don't think Kevin Love is the player that he was hoping that he was going to be.
I agree with you on that.
I think
the problem is he's the player he is.
High-end start. And here's the part.
There's no surprise with him.
I think they thought he was going to be a little bit better of a scorer and rebounder than what he was consistently, and he seems to sometimes shrink in some of the big moments when you needed him.
He does.
Kyrie Irving is what he is. He's arguably the greatest finisher in the league
No
at
doubt.
the rim, especially for a point guard.
No doubt.
So you've got arguably 2 of the better offensive players in the league, but then what do you have defensively
You
outside
have
of LeBron
one defensive
James?
player, and that's LeBron James.
That's what I think not enough focus goes on it, what hurts them, whereas the Warriors only have one defensive liability, and his name's Steph Curry, and they can constantly shift him to the worst player on the floor.
You're exactly right.
They can hide him.
And that is so true with what you say, Brady. And the one thing that I looked at when you mentioned Kevin Love is that I thought by him being there, he was going to add a big body that was going to give them a lot more support and a lot more of an advantage under the rim. But the thing is, he gets intimidated sometimes by players of lesser size than he is.
He's not big. He's not a big guy.
He's not, but in his position, I think he's more comfortable shooting the 3 than under the goal.
He is the new wave big guy, European style. Shoot the 3.
He's not a Dirk now.
No.
Dirk is in a class of his own.
Yes, he is.
Dirk,
That's right.
But
he's not a Dirk.
All the European big guys and all big guys now want to shoot the 3.
Yeah.
And
Because they have to. The rules
That's their
now
game.
have kept big men are completely. I'll say completely. Their use of what they were 10, 15 years ago to what they are now, it's almost non-existent.
You are
Andre
better
Drummond
throwing. You are
is
better
an
throwing.
incredible center.
Yeah.
And half NBA fans probably couldn't even tell you who he is.
Exactly.
Oh, you are much better throwing a 6'5" guard in the post than you are a big man now.
You could probably win games nowadays with 4 guards.
Yeah, well, they did it. Four spread 4.
When I looked at the series, and guys, I kept shaking my head and scratching my head saying, is there an answer for Durant? Is there an answer? This guy is a freak of nature. What guy that size can handle the ball pretty much like a point guard? I mean, but
There's
tell me.
There's one other guy, and he was playing against him.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
LeBron
Yes, he was.
James is the answer to being able to stop Durant. However, LeBron James would only have to play against Durant to be able to do that.
You're
but
exactly
when you
right.
have as many guys, and if he has as much responsibility defensively as he does with the Cavaliers, you can't stay. So that's when you see, there goes Durant spacing the floor. He takes 3 steps, he's at the goal. His legs are so long, he's
And
like
he
a
can
daddy
pass.
long legs.
Yeah.
He's going from one goal to the other in 3 steps.
They've got 3 great shooters. They spread the floor. They've got kind of a knucklehead guy inside in green.
Yep.
But that's what he's there
That's
for.
what he's there for. Hey,
That's what
he's the Rodman of his generation.
You took the words out of my mouth, Jim.
Yep.
That's what they use him for. When you need a spark to spark your team, if you're flat, I'm going to insert him in, and he's going to do just what he needs to do.
And he's going to take the blame off of you.
Always.
Oh, there he is again, acting a fool. There's Green
Let's
again.
be clear.
And then guess what happens? Steph Curry's 5 for 13 night. You don't think about it.
Let's
he
be
gets
clear,
he
though.
gets better.
You're right, though,
they're
Brady.
coming
You're
off
right.
the bench.
You're right.
Cleveland brings Korver off the bench.
Yeah.
They're bringing Iguodala.
Yeah.
That's
Come on
a
now.
huge
It's not even-
difference.
it's
Come
not
on
even-
now.
Yeah, it's
And
not
and
even.
the problem Cleveland has is, I think unless they can find a major trade, they don't have an answer next year.
Yeah.
And Boston is getting closer to them than they are to Golden
You are
State.
right. You are right. And the 76ers. Look,
Watch Boston. I'm just telling you, watch Boston.
It's got,
I
I
don't know
know,
if you can build a championship around Isaiah Thomas, though.
I don't think you're gonna.
I don't think you can either. I
Well,
agree with you on that.
With the trade being made.
That could happen.
Yeah, but is Gordon
Look-
Hayward going there?
Yeah.
Where's Jimmy Butler gonna end
Yeah.
up?
That's the
Yeah.
question. Well, with the trade being made now, they seem to have taken themselves out of the point guard market. The top
Yeah.
2 point guards are gone, which means
Yeah.
you're probably sticking with Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
That means you're going to get one of the 3 forwards, either Tatum out of Duke or
Yeah.
one of the other guys, Josh Jackson or Jonathan Isaac. One of those 3 guys
Yeah.
likely.
They seem to
They're
like
all
Jackson.
small forwards.
Yeah.
They seem to like Jackson.
One of the disappointments, I guess, guys, if you can say it was a disappointment, I don't know, but a local team that I really had high hopes for was the Houston Rockets. What Horton seems to be like, he had this team right where he wanted them. That last game, guys, was that the same guy we've been watching for, say, 52 games? What happened to him?
You get locked down. You get locked down in the playoffs. If you are the only real scorer with the basketball, they're going to find a way to stop you, unless you're LeBron.
Yeah.
And that style has not shown to be successful for winning championships. It's a great regular season.
Yeah.
I mean, look at what he did in Phoenix back when he was running that system there. And I think, obviously, Harden's a better scorer than Nash ever was. But Nash was arguably the greatest assist guy in the league.
He was.
January
I have to agree.
22nd, you're not playing the Spurs every night, and that's the difference.
That can wear on you.
Kawhi
Yes, it
Leonard
can.
isn't going against you.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
no, you're right. And they're just, when you look at it, I guess, and you say every year, last year I pretty much picked these guys to be back in it again. So if you've got a Kevin Durant, what are teams around the league saying when you know that this team possibly could be back in place for another year? Brady, what do you tell him as a coach?
Yeah.
I mean, because you know what the end result's going to be.
The one thing I think that teams can
Besides the
hopefully-
one need.
Yeah, besides the one.
The one
I think
need.
the one thing that teams can bank on is that Klay Thompson kind of gets a little fed up playing now 4th fiddle
Yes.
when he was
Yes.
2
Well, wait
years
one
ago
second.
the
Yes.
second best
Wait
player.
You're
one
right,
second,
though.
though.
You're right, though.
Remember, they're down 20
You're right.
before Leonard goes out. And the Spurs have some money. If
Yep.
the Spurs go get Chris Paul, you might have a different ballgame.
Yeah. And
You think
but
he'll
here's
leave?
the thing.
You
He's
think
going to
he'll
go
leave?
somewhere.
Klay, you talk about Durant being the X factor. Without
Wow.
Klay hitting 3-pointers like he was in the finals, that could have been a different finals.
You're right, though. I'm totally with you on that, though. Guys, we're going to take our second break on the evening. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go anywhere.
Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. Check us out online at soundoff60tv.com.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solarsupply.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Casio Sports Medicine.
At Lake Charles Toyota, the May-June sale is in full swing. We've got huge discounts available on hundreds of new vehicles, and it's not just a bunch of Camrys and Corollas. We've got sale prices available on RAV4s, Highlanders, Tundras, even Tacomas, marked down more than you've ever seen before. And a lot of the sale prices are right there on the windshield. Buying a car doesn't have to be stressful or frustrating or scary. Come to Lake Charles Toyota during the May-June sale and get the best deal you've ever got on a new vehicle and have more fun than you've ever had shopping for a car. Lake Charles Toyota, raise your expectations.
We are back. And again, I've got my two great hosts with me tonight. I've got Brady here and I've got Jim with me here. We've just been having a blast talking about a myriad of topics. But one of the topics we say that we were going to stay on is going to be basketball. And one of the things that came out recently was dealing with the NC2A with Rick Pitino and Louisville. I don't want to even say it like that, but the basketball, quote unquote, Strippergate.
Everything gets a gate. Might as well call it what it is.
What is happening? And this guy is one of the most respected coaches, I want to say, in college basketball. I mean,
it's not his first offense either.
Yeah.
It's not his first offense.
But popular guy, you're like, where did this come from? Jim, lead me off on it. Tell me where this is going.
Well, I don't know where it's going. I know where it came from. Simply put, that they got caught. An assistant of his got caught throwing parties for recruits that included strippers.
Yeah.
He claims he didn't know
anything about it. Yeah.
It is hard to fathom that Rick Pitino didn't know, but even given him the benefit of the doubt, it is on his watch.
It is.
And the kids are coming to visit his school and his program. So it's kind of like if you're a parent and you have a sleepover and you walk out of the room and the kids wreck the house, it's on you.
It's on you.
It's not on your son.
It's on you.
I think that this isn't the first Pitino gate. No. Probably won't be the last.
Yeah.
I think it's the nature of the generation we're in where things like this probably happened in the past and it hits social media now and you can't stop it.
You used to be able to cover it up.
You could cover it up.
Who knows how many gates never were brought to light. But speaking of the sanctions that they got, if somebody could just slap me on the wrist, maybe that would somewhat equal what they gave him.
Yeah.
5 ACC games?
Yeah.
This happens over 4 years?
No.
5.
And the big one?
This one's happened?
No. Change in their scholarships.
They
At
lose,
all.
I
thought they
four.
lost 2.
I thought
Yeah,
they
but
lost
those aren't major.
I thought it was okay.
And they're just not replacements. And no, what is it? No NCAA suspension from the tournament.
Yeah.
So no money lost.
Wow.
Over 4 years.
So you lose 2 scholarships over 4 years. That's nothing.
If this was one party, okay, I could see it. If it was 2 parties, it was a weekend. This is 4 years, and no one does
weekend
anything.
at Ricky's.
No one comes up and says, "Coach, I think something's going on with the assistants. These guys
Yeah.
are showing up to practice in glitter again.
I'm sorry.
Something's going on."
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If he didn't know, it's on him. If he knew, it's on him.
Yeah.
It's on him regardless.
and-
And I don't think this is a good precedent for the NCAA.
No.
Oh, well,
And-
you can't even get started on the precedent.
But
What's
here's the
happening in
thing
North
is-
Carolina is the precedent NCAA.
Yeah.
When
And
is
you
that
look
going to
at
become
two,
anything?
Yeah.
At what point does Louisville start now? We start looking at them in a good light. It seems
Yeah.
like this is now a consistency with Louisville. To
Look at
Yeah.
their football coach.
Yeah.
Who'd they hire?
yeah.
They hired the guy that
When-
fell off the
when
motorcycle.
Bobby Petrino now is the guy with the best morals on your coaching staff.
It's kind of
He's your
scary.
go-to guy.
He's your go-to guy.
That is
might be
kind
a
of scary.
problem.
But when you guys, we talked about what type of precedents does this set for college basketball. If you're a parent, knowing Rick Pitino's experience, his wins, his career, all of this stuff, does that have a huge effect on you wanting to send your kid there knowing something like this took place?
Me, yes, but I don't have a kid that's going to the
Yeah.
NBA next year. And if he can get to the NBA and make 16, 17 million, hey, go have a fun time.
Yeah.
We're long past the reality of college graduating kids.
I agree.
Long
I
past
agree.
it.
I agree.
I would love to see, and I've said this all along, I would love to see a major at big schools which is called professional athletes, where they learn to deal with the media. They learn.
Yeah.
They have an actual degree path to go to.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And
Jim.
can get them after their playing days. The second half, if you stick around for a couple years, you can kind of learn the management side of sports. So you actually have a degree you're into and after. I can't see a guy getting a history major that's going to the NBA the next year or the NFL.
Yeah, Jim, that's a good point.
I think it's called a general studies degree.
General study, exactly.
Come on, that's just.
But exactly, no, I think you bring up a point. Even if it just becomes a minor at a lot of these schools, where these guys have a minor in things that they're going to use.
Yeah.
Dealing with guys that I have to as often as I have to, most student athletes can't speak in front of a camera.
You are correct.
No. The answers that they get, and all it is a pre-job interview. Think of it as that. When these guys are going to go into a job interview because they blow out their knee, like every team in the NBA is hoping Kevin Durant does if they want a chance to win. These guys struggle to do interviews and they'll struggle to get jobs, and then it causes the poverty that it does for these ex-NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball athletes.
Well, that's why I've always said you get them into a degree program. You can create one. It's only got to be 2 or 3 year degree program. It doesn't have to be.
Jim, that's a good point, man.
And the second half of the degree is you're learning the business so that they can walk in and say, okay, I've had an internship as a general manager. I've had an internship in marketing relations. I can do something for this club besides that. But they don't, again, we got guys that don't finish the year they start going to class. Look at Ben Simmons. When did he ever go to class?
Did he ever go?
And if that's your case, and there's nothing wrong with that if you're going to go make $10 million the next year.
And we have
why are we putting him in college?
I think that it needs to be reviewed. I like the system a lot better of what baseball does.
I do too.
For what basketball should. If you're good enough to come out, even if they say, look, we're giving you a projected range, you're a top 30 guy, you should go out. If not, don't go out. You have to go to school. You're now there until you're 21.
I agree. I think you should make it on the kid, though. Let him see what his signing bonus is. And now he's got to decide, just like baseball. And you make it, okay, so you don't give him 3 years to make the decision. Okay, you got to be in college for 2 years.
21.
Or
baseball
baseball very simply, when I was coaching baseball in California, and we had a kid, we would tell him, if you want to go play pro ball, why don't you go to a junior college? You can now get drafted 5 straight years if you need to, because you can get drafted every year out of a junior college. Really? So you can do that if you want to go play pro ball. You've got so many other options than just this. And now, look at Fournette did not play in the bowl game last year. And I think that's a good move because the kid from Notre Dame got hurt the year before and cost himself about $8-9 million. He did. For a game that he's not going to see a dime out of.
No.
And I hate to say that, but if you're going to have a playoff system in bowls, bowl games don't matter as much anymore. Increase the playoff.
When we had 30, I think they meant
it made
something.
A difference then.
I think it was cool. At this point now, if you're 8-4 going into a bowl game, who cares? Unless you're Arkansas State, ULM, Lafayette, where this is an opportunity to be exposure.
Exactly.
If you're LSU and you're 8-4, you don't
want to be there.
Let's just go.
No, it's not.
And
it's not doing any good.
What would be better for LSU? Let's increase the playoffs.
Let's play the freshmen.
Oh, let's increase the playoffs. 16.
I think
simple.
I think we get
16 is simple.
No,
we got to drop the games if that happens.
Yeah,
fine.
One of the things that you brought up.
I don't need to see Monroe at LSU.
Not at all. Jim, one of the points you brought up was with the kids and trying to get enrolled in some type of degree program while they're there that they can use. And I guess when you look at a school such as Kentucky, I mean, I guess the one and done actually came from those guys.
Yeah, because they're the marquee.
Actually, it came from Calipari and Memphis.
Okay.
With Rose and is it
Derrick
DeJuan
Rose?
Wagner? Derrick Rose and DeJuan Wagner.
Okay. And when you look and you mentioned, Brady, I think you talked about the bowl games. Right now, I don't think that they mean as much as they used to maybe when I played, because this is my thing, guys. You're a college kid that's probably going to get drafted and probably going to be in the top 10 pick of that year's NFL draft. You're going to a bowl game that you're going to probably get an iPad from. You're probably going to get a watch. You're probably going to get per diem, which is going to probably come to about $600 to $800. When I was there, we got about $400, so I'm pretty sure it's much more now.
Yeah.
And the university is going to gross right at about 20 to 17 million. Should you play?
No. Not unless you play for national championship.
And that's an argument Scooter and I had that we kind of went back and forth on it.
It's an argument Scooter and I have had.
Because I'm saying to myself, what am I trying to prove at this point, Brady, when I'm going to be either a top 10 pick Not to say, and Scooter said, you know what, you're supposed to do it for your school. You're supposed to do it for your teammates. I get all that. As a former player, I get all that. But I'm looking at my future right now, and this is a business decision that I've got to make for my life and my family as to what's best for me.
I think it really depends, honestly. I think that there's definitely a case where you can look at it and say, you should play.
Yeah.
I mean, what you've meant to this team, you should play.
Yeah.
If you can increase your stock, play. But you're talking about guys like Fournette who came in, their stock was already. I think in his case, it was smart to sit out, and I'm not sure it was 100% his decision to sit out in the first place.
I don't even think he was well for the past 3 games. He wasn't well.
I think that they realized that they rushed him back during the
They
year,
did.
and they didn't want him
He shouldn't
to
have
go
played
out
against
there
Alabama.
and get hurt again,
Shouldn't.
and then hold ill will and discontent
wait 1 second
towards the
for you.
school where he could be an ambassador.
Take it back a year. If Leonard Fournette is eligible after his sophomore year, is he the #1 non-quarterback pick in the NFL? After his sophomore year?
I don't know about that. I mean, you still
Non-quarterback
got your
pick?
D linemen. I'd have to go back and remember who was picking
Yeah.
that draft. Your D linemen are going to be there, but I think he's the top offensive player that's not a quarterback.
Okay, so
I agree.
that he
I agree.
basically, for the good of LSU, came back and they could
That's
market
right.
him whether he played or not.
That's right.
He cost himself a couple of picks, a
Yeah.
couple of dollars, and a huge chance at getting hurt. So what was his risk reward?
The upside of it, yeah. The upside of
You
it.
Heisman?
couldn't sit out. Whether or not you want to talk about sitting out, it hasn't shown to be a good decision.
No, it hasn't.
No,
for
it hasn't.
guys to sit
But that's
out.
why he
Yeah.
should
You
have
needed
the
to
option.
play.
That's why he
Yeah.
should have the option.
Yeah.
The
If you-
Louisville quarterback who just won the Heisman
Yeah.
comes out last year. He's a first-round pick. He gets hurt or goes in the tank. He's not.
No, he's not. I totally agree.
And what happens to his family? Louisville doesn't care.
You're right. You're right. And I hate to say that, but
I don't think
sometimes
we're
it comes
keeping
down
on
to just business. Guys, we're going to take our next break on the evening. It's been a great discussion on a lot of number of topics we've been discussing. And we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, guys. We've got a lot more to talk about. Remember, we've got Floyd Mayweather and McGregor to talk about. That's going to be a big topic. We'll be right back after these messages.
Soundoff 60 is brought to you by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. The boys in the box will be right back.
Were the judges right in saying we're the best tasting light beer? You be the judge. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
I'm Brett Cassio, a board-certified orthopedic sports medicine specialist. I could tell you all about my training at Duke University and Johns Hopkins Hospital, or my experience with the Baltimore Orioles. But what people ask me the most is how I would treat my own family if they were injured. And what I tell them is, I would treat your family the way I would treat my own. Not every surgeon is board certified and fellowship trained in sports medicine. Training and experience matter.
Come in for live country music Friday and Saturday nights at Jack Daniels Bar and Grill.
Lately, Bud Light's been talking about what's on their cans. But at Miller Lite, we focus on what's in our can. More taste, less calories, and half the carbs. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
We are back, and I tell you guys, I've been enjoying you guys so much. Rick and Scooter may have to twist my arm to get back on the show because you guys make my life real easy, and I don't have to back and forth with Scooter. Jim, he's like, what are you talking about?
Had him a few years. I had him for a few years.
Brady, one of the things that we're talking about, and I know we get a chance here in Southwest Louisiana to play a lot of, is golf. The U.S. Open, some of the shots that were made, guys, I'm still scratching my head on it. And I wish Scooter was here because Scooter, he loves golf.
Yes.
The guy that hit, I can't think of his name, it leaves me right now, but hit the putt at a 90 degree and it rolled straight down into the hole. How do you think of that?
When you watch,
He had the
guys
pink pants on, Brady. He had the pink pants on. I know
Pink
that.
Panther.
Yeah.
Watching golf at that level makes you realize truly how bad you are at the
No
same
doubt.
game these guys are. You can watch football and you think, these guys don't look near as fast. You can watch basketball. I could probably shoot it if I practiced as much. You watch a guy hit a 90-degree angle. Or
How do you do that?
Or you watch a guy drive a shot 379 yards on the 18th.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I will sit here and admit it.
But
I can't and will never be able to match that. And
Right.
that's what's amazing.
It is, but you know what gets me? When we play golf here locally, we don't have people watching us
Yeah.
No.
at the distance of left and right. To me, you've got fairways where people line those fairways. Right, I'm saying before I hit it, guys, y'all might want to move.
Y'all behind
Because-
me. Y'all, excuse me. Don't stand too close behind me. You don't ever know where
Jim.
this thing's going.
Yeah.
Where do you think golf is going? The absence of Tiger Woods. Tiger's
Well, this
had a little
is
bit
the
of a
Tiger
blip.
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger made them be bigger, made them get stronger, made them get better.
That's a good point.
And then when they did, unfortunately, he wasn't around to compete.
Yeah.
Look, this was an interesting tournament to me because never has a tournament this much been dominated in the news by two guys who weren't there.
Yep.
Tiger Woods and Phil
You're right.
Mickelson.
You're right.
And that shows.
Phil
that-
took off because he had a family matter.
and I like that.
I do too. Okay, can
I
we
like
say
that.
Scooter's not going to agree on that?
Well, no,
He
but-
should play golf. That's his sport. That's his pro sport.
But
baby.
here's the thing. It's not for a team. He's representing
You're right.
himself. That's the one thing about
I agree
tennis
with you on
and
that.
golf. You're representing yourself.
Boxing,
And
individual.
I
That
heard
is biggest
I
thing.
heard a cool quote about it. When it comes to situations like that, your presence is way better than any presence you can ever buy.
Yeah.
And so for him to be there,
That's a good point,
I think
Brady.
I think it's a great shot. We all know how good he is. He doesn't have anything to prove anybody. He's
No.
just at this point, he's just in the back nine of his career. So
Yeah.
he's playing. I had no problem. Honestly, I thought it was probably the best story of the weekend.
It was
the
better
best story.
than
Yeah.
actually Brooks winning it.
Yeah.
And that's the
winning.
sad
You're
thing
right.
is
You're right.
that shows that there's still a void in the dominance and personality that's in golf.
Yep.
Yeah.
We did not get enough of the best of Tiger Woods against the best of Phil Mickelson.
I agree.
Tiger was fading when Phil got good. And maybe because Tiger faded, Phil
Yeah.
got good.
Yeah.
We never got the McIlroy we thought we were going to get with Tiger.
Yeah.
We never got Sergio we thought we were going to get with Tiger.
Yeah.
Because he was too
You're
good.
right.
We're wanting something to happen. Anything. Someone interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Ricky Fowler in his
Yeah.
wacky outfits. Win
Yeah.
us a major. He still's
Yeah.
never won.
No.
Yeah.
Another top 5 finish. Has never won.
You're right.
Something has to happen for, I think, golf to get back to where it was. Because I
You
think
need-
golf was built.
Sports is built on personality.
Everyone cared.
Yeah.
Everyone cared every weekend what happened in golf. Now,
Yeah.
go up to someone on the street. It's
don't-
hard to get people consistently to talk about.
to
Did
talk
you
about
watch
it.
it this weekend?
I agree. No, some of
You
it.
see
I
what
did.
I'm
Yeah.
saying? Did you watch
Some
it?
of it.
It's hard.
I was
Without
clicking,
Tiger.
Brady, and I
watched
saw the
Tiger.
guy with the pea pants. I kept it there for a little bit,
Yeah.
and it kind of faded
That's
away
right.
because
You watch
something-
Tiger shot for shot.
Tiger.
You did.
needs
always
you
time.
did.
And you
You
know
did.
what? Also,
Like him, hate him, you just watch.
and it's something that's similar. People don't like to hear it because people still like their baseball. Major League Baseball is a similar. Every at bat Barry Bonds had. Where were you at? Let me see what's
There's a
going on.
couple.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys I'll watch.
But even then,
I'll watch Aaron
Did you
Judge
watch-
every time he comes up. Right
Yeah.
now.
but they need more guys
I'll
like
watch-
that.
I'll
watch
And
Bryce
maybe-
Harper.
And maybe the future's getting better. But Bryce Harper, to me, isn't even as interesting as McGuire and Sosa going
Yeah.
head to head.
No, but he'll,
Yeah.
he'll
That was
charge
great
the mound.
television.
When you charge the mound, you get interesting.
Yeah, it'll
And
help.
that's hey.
Yeah.
That's,
And
you
I
are
think-
selling. You are selling.
I think that is a great point, and I think golf has missed the guys such as Tiger Woods, because the thing that Tiger Woods that I think brought so much interest to us is that when he got into a playoff, it was like it was done because Tiger just put the fear in the guy he was playing and made him choke.
He's better than
He
everybody
made him choke. And, you know, the thing is, I don't know if he'll ever get back to the old Tiger Woods with the back, the knees. It's tough. It's a lot. But just to get him back, I think it would help golf look for that future guy that's going to be the next Tiger Woods, just to get him back.
Is there ever going to be a next Tiger
Yeah.
Woods? That's the question. Will there?
There was
Wow.
a next Arnold Palmer. There was a next Jack Nicklaus. There will be a next one. It just won't be in this generation to compete against
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
That's what we have to wait. We'll have to wait.
Yeah.
No, he was
Wow.
he was one of a kind.
was.
And
He was.
he did things. He hit the ball further. He's the first guy I ever saw that came out of the golf bag just yoked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far
I have to
as
agree with you on that,
muscle-wise.
Jim.
Well,
I
Brooks
totally agree.
Koepka looks like a linebacker.
Yeah,
the
now
guy
they
that won
do.
it this
Yeah,
week.
yeah,
What, he
now
shot a
they
16
do.
379
I
on a
know.
with a 3-wood?
And you wonder,
crazy.
you wonder how much that plays into the problems he had at 42, because he's the only guy
Yeah.
ever to do that. We'll see what that generation does.
He had some torque. I agree.
Yes, he did.
I mean,
he does.
I think he wore himself out with
Yeah.
withstanding all of the things off the greens.
As McElroy got bigger, he's lost his game a little bit.
Yeah.
And he still lifts weights.
Yeah.
You wonder if that's the type of game that you can get too big in.
Yeah. And you know what?
And it's a type of sport that it's not a power game.
It's not.
No, it's not. You're right. You let your club work for you.
That's right.
And some of these guys, and I think when I saw Tiger Woods kind of bulk up, and some of the other guys, you know, it seemed like it made them a little bit more tighter and not as fluent as you would see a guy that's a little bit more slim that can swing the golf course.
This is my
golf club a little
Tebow
bit better.
effect. I thought Tim Tebow was a better thrower at Florida because he wasn't as big. And as he got bigger, his mechanics became too mechanical.
Yeah.
Wasn't there stories coming out when he was just a freshman, back when he helped win that national title? He was out benching the linemen, and they had to pull him off.
But watch
He was
him
big.
throw those first 2 years at Florida and the next 2 years. And then when he got to the pros,
big difference.
He could not. You know, pitchers don't lift as much weights as hitters because you have different motions.
Yes.
Something else that helped, I think, too, is having a team surrounded with as much talent, throwing the Percy Harvin streaks on
I know.
It revitalized Brett Favre's career.
That's kind of key. That's kind of key. This week coming up, guys, as you know, is going to be the city championship, and it's been something that's been going on for a number of years. And what are some of the names that you guys can think of that might be at the top of the list, maybe pull off another city championship?
Well, that's a good question because I didn't cover it last year, to be honest with you. It was always, I do remember that it was always the same names.
Yes.
Generally speaking.
Yes.
And if you look at the list, and I'd have to go back at the list, there were 4, when I covered it for 7 years, I think there were 3 winners.
Yeah.
And the top 3 were essentially the same. I can remember where they're from.
One of the little guys, I can't think of his name, he actually worked here at the golf course that won it 1 year. And I cannot think of his name, it leaves me. He worked here, he worked at our golf course, and he won it 1 year. And that was the coolest thing, man, because we gave him a big party. Rick's gonna know the guy's name, and I can't think of his name, but he worked here for us at LeBair's at the golf course. But
they play some interesting golf there.
Yeah.
But there is the group that can win it, and then there's a group that's just there to have fun.
I just look for those guys just to somehow make it a little bit more interesting to where, you know what, hey, who was that guy? Wow, he won it. So that's what I look for, though. It's a lot of fun, though, but I hope they have a great week of golf, too, also at the city championship. All right, guys, we're going to roll it up. We're getting close to the end of the show, and I tell you what, we've had such a blast doing a number of topics, but we've got a few more breaks to go, and we're going to be finishing up. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We want you guys to stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBair's Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Now you've got 4 more reasons to stay at our luxury hotel. Reserve your room today.
2017 is here, and with it comes our 20th year of serving Southwest Louisiana at Lake Charles Toyota. And we're starting our 20th year just like we finished our 19th, with a first-class experience for our customers and some incredible deals on new vehicles, like $2,000 off MSRP, plus 0% for 72 months financing, plus $1,000 down payment assistance on a 2017 Camry. Or if you just want to keep it simple, you can get a brand new IM for $15,995. Don't settle for the same old lousy car buying experience this year. Raise your expectations.
We are back, and this topic right here was one we've been waiting to talk about, I think, since the beginning of the show. You've got Floyd Mayweather here, and you've got Conor McGregor. Now, this is the thing that gets me, guys. You've got a guy here that's a boxer that doesn't want you to touch him in Floyd Mayweather, and you got McGregor here who's a grappler, who's a guy that wants to get into your body, wants to put you on the mat. How is this going to play out, Brady?
Can we call it, can we just call, before we even get in, can we call it what it is? This is not a boxing match. This is a payday. That's all this is. It's a money grab.
You took it
it's
out
a money grab. Mayweather has shown countless times he's not into fighting people that he might be able to lose against. Because that 50-0, that 50-0 record.
He wants that to stay.
He wants that to stay. He's aiming for it, and he's proven it. If not, if he was fighting, if he wanted to fight the best when they were the best, the Pacquiao fight would have happened well before it happened.
I totally agree.
Well, that's called good marketing.
It is.
Well, here's the thing.
Good scheduling.
When you're writing the checks.
It is.
When you're the one writing the checks.
And
he's the one that writes the checks.
And you're so right. Brady, look, how can a guy tell you what his payday is going to be, and you've got people out there saying, we can promote this if this is what you want to do, Floyd, and it happened again, guys. He walked away last fight with, what, 100 million?
100 million.
How do you do that, Brady? How do you walk away, Brady, and you may have touched him, what, 4 times out of the entire fight?
And who did he fight? You don't even know. That's the most impressive, is that he's fighting guys that the world, that anyone that's not a hardcore boxing fan doesn't even know. It didn't surprise me to see the numbers that came back from the Pacquiao fight. That thing was kind of built up.
Yeah.
You look at the list and you can't even name half the guys that he even fought anymore.
I think the interest in this, Jim, is that McGregor is a guy that if Floyd Mayweather gets caught sleeping, he can knock him out.
Well,
and I think that's what people's paying to see, Brady. Could it happen? Could he catch Floyd sleeping? And, oh, my God, could he just do it? And I think that's what people are paying for. I don't think that this guy's going to outbox Floyd. No, it's not going to happen.
It won't even be.
And they want to see, he's got his own fan base he's bringing in, too. He's got a completely different fan base that thinks he's going to do it.
Yeah.
That believes he's going to do it. And I'll tell you, if they fought at his style, he'd kill him.
Yeah.
But they're not fighting that way.
No, they're not. No.
He ain't going to touch it. I don't think he touches it.
One of the commentators said, I think the Floyd Mayweather promotional crew, he says, if McGregor even looked like he wants to grab Floyd, we're stopping the fight.
And
he said that. They said that.
I think that there's a better chance of the fight being called on a DQ than Floyd McGregor actually winning the fight.
Vegas is not losing the ATM machine that is Floyd Mayweather.
Not with Floyd. And the thing is, if you Conor McGregor, guys, this is my thing. These guys have mindsets. You do things, Brady and Jim, so long, it becomes repetitious. It becomes like second nature. What makes you think that McGregor just won't jump up and just kick Floyd?
He's got the paycheck.
What makes you think?
The paycheck.
You're right.
That's the only reason he's doing this to begin with. He can build his brand a little bit.
You're
and the paycheck.
He changes his brand, he gets a big paycheck, and it has to be something in the contract that says if you do.
And he can retire the next
day.
he can.
Otherwise, when things go bad, he's going to jump on him. I'm sorry, he's going to jump on him.
He gets hit with the left hook. He throws off the glove, and here he comes at him.
This is Rocky and Thunder Lips or whatever that was.
That's what I'm
Remember
paying
that?
to watch.
Rocky and Thunder Lips. That's what this is.
That is one of the things, guys. I guess why all of us are sitting here saying, I want to see it.
That's what people want to see.
You know, because it's like, what could happen? We know Floyd Mayweather is probably one of the best boxers in his class. But when you look at McGregor, you're saying, could this guy just flip out and do something stupid and just say, the hell with it? The hell with the money? I want you.
It sure as heck would be a lot more interesting to finally get him in the ring. You want to go? Let's go. And our 12 rounds of landing 86% of your punches.
I wonder if there's somebody in the background saying, hey, this might be a bonus if you do it too.
Wow. Wow.
If you want to brand yourself as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Which he's had no problem
He's had no problems doing that, though. But I just think it's going to be something that's going to be different. And I think that's what I think they're putting out there. They want to show you something different outside the norm. Because people, the last fight, I was a little bit disappointed in Floyd. I really was, because I thought it was going to be a lot more due to the build-up that they had, and it just didn't impress me. But the payday was what it was, and he got it.
Is there a boxing match you want to watch other than that?
You're right. You're right.
I mean, who's in the heavyweight division?
I can't. No, that's
boxing is
MMA
has taken away a lot of the crowd that boxing used to have. And boxing itself.
I totally agree. And the point that you bring, Brady, is that you know how it's happened. It's been able to be put in more local venues versus boxing. That's one of the things that I think
and also
that's
too,
happened.
Concussions are, believe it or not, it's safer to MMA than it is
Yes.
to box.
Yes.
And so you have a lot more people back.
And how
I agree.
do you do sports where we don't let guys get touched in the head in football?
Yeah.
You can beat the
but we
tar,
got guys
we
that
can
can
beat them in the head.
beat each
That's
other
right.
senseless. Wow. All right, guys, we're going to go into our last break of the evening, and I tell you what, we're going to come back and talk about a few topics that's going to bounce around and just hit on a few things, but I just want to say that this fight right here, it's one that I know a lot of people are looking forward to, and it's going to be interesting. We're going to be back after these few messages. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by our friends at Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 24/7 online at soundoff60tv.com.
When you make something first, you can spell it however you want. Miller Lite, the original light beer. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Come in for live country music Friday and Saturday nights at Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solar supply.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Were the judges right in saying we're the best tasting light beer? You be the judge. Spelled different because it's brewed different.
Brady and Jim, let me just say before we go into our last segment, guys, I want to say how much of a pleasure it's been having you guys here. And I mean, you ran right off from work and came here to be with us, and I appreciate that. And Jim, you know, you've been a guest, man. Scooter may not even have his chair back, you know, because I don't get fussed at and I don't get pointed at and shoved on. Scooter can be brutal, man, at times, man. Wow.
Yes,
but I just want to say, guys, I've enjoyed having you tonight, though. And one of the topics that I think that we're probably going to talk a little bit on, that just to hit on a little bit, you know, we talked a lot about basketball and the state of the NBA as to where it is right now and what has to take place. When you building a team such as the Warriors that seem like you just can't be beat if you keep every puzzle in place, will other NBA teams have to go out and use the same strategy to even compete in their division if you've got a team such as Golden State with what they have in place? Jim, tell me.
I think you're seeing the difference. I think you're seeing it. I think you'll see it in baseball too, with the decision of where Bryce Harper goes.
Yeah.
Does he go play with Chris Bryant, like he's talked about?
Yeah.
As his best friend growing up, they played in the same little league
You're right.
team. Guys want to play together, so no longer is the GM running the team.
Yep.
I agree with you.
Stars
on that,
are running the
Jim.
team.
I agree with you.
And that's the difference. It used to be that the GMs created these teams and made the deals. Now players are making the deals on their boats in the off season and deciding on who they want to play with.
It's that AAU culture.
Yeah,
It is.
and that's
It
what
is.
that's what we become. I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I do think it questions into play who takes the responsibility when they lose.
Yeah.
And when it falls.
Well, certainly not the players.
Well, LeBron says he wants more talent on his team.
Yeah.
Is he willing to take a pay cut to get it there?
That's a good point. That's a
That's
good
the
point.
question.
And he's
Durant
the
has
guy that
proven he
goes out and
has.
recruits the guys that are there in the first place.
Curry has said he has. Durant has said he will. Will LeBron James do that? Because Chris Paul is available and he's his friend.
Yes, he is, and you're right about that.
Now, if you take Chris Paul, he plays the same position as Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to find another guy. Dwayne Wade is no longer that guy.
No, he's not. He's not. I agree. He's
so
not.
who becomes the third guy?
Melo is no longer that.
He's not either. He's not either.
Do you go after a young guy like a Jimmy Butler and say, you fit into what we're looking for?
There is some trade talks between Jimmy Butler and Paul George, or two guys that have been linked to the Cavaliers.
For a number of years.
But I don't think that's a bad thing in basketball.
Brady, one of the questions I want to pose to you, man, when Kevin Durant left Oklahoma, there was a lot of talk. Trader, just like LeBron when he left Cleveland and when he came back. It's like, how could you do this? This is just unreal. How much fault can you put on a guy? He's got what he left for. I mean, is it kind of like, look, I'll show you now. Look, this is what I left for and I got it. How does that play in the psychic of fans and players that do this, Brady?
I think it's a two-parter. I think you got to look at it in two ways. The first way, it's star players leaving their teams. I think if there's one person that complains about that, I don't think that they're doing it fair. If you get a new job at your competitor and they're saying, we'll double your salary and you'll be significantly better surrounded, you'd be crazy not to take it, right?
You're exactly right.
You can get away from the poisonous Westbrook that won't pass you the ball unless there's 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock.
Never.
I think in that decision, I think it was right for him to leave.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, the second question becomes, how do you go against somebody that kept you from the finals the year before, that you blew the 3-1 lead? I don't have a huge ego, but if I look at that, of all the teams, to me, there's 28 options. Those two are going to be marked off where I'm at, and then the Golden State. There's just no way I'm touching. There's no way I'm touching.
Also, there's two other things to look at. One is, are you ever going to blame a human being for taking millions of dollars to move from Oklahoma City to San Francisco?
Wow.
As a young 27-year-old that had grew up basically in Texas, he wanted to test another. I have no problem with LeBron saying, I want to get out of Cleveland for 4 years and see what life is like.
And have my college experience.
Yes, I got no problem with that. And secondly is, these guys are no longer basketball players. They're marketing their brand. You market your brand a lot better in June than you do in April.
Yeah.
So you get to the finals, look what he's done for his brand, look what he's done for his shoe company.
You're right.
They're throwing him more money because he's got more exposure.
Yeah.
He's now in California. LeBron has a house in California.
Yeah.
He'll probably move to California when he's ready because he wants to get into movies. Magic Johnson has shown them how to be rich after basketball, and that's their model. Magic and Michael are their models post-basketball. Why would you not challenge that and go there?
I agree. When you look at it, these guys, I think one of the things that you talked about, these guys are looking at something that they can look forward to down the road to say, you know what, I know that this is something that's not going to last forever. So why don't I put myself in a situation to where I know that I can make my brand work for me and make money for me after even I'm done playing. Michael Jordan is still making money on shoes, guys.
Yes, he is.
On shoes. That's unbelievable. I can't think of another sports guy that has made so much money off of a shoe contract and you're no longer playing.
He's the guy. I mean, you can see it. You look on Facebook conversations of all your friends, and people act like Michael just retired yesterday.
Well,
his name comes up more than anyone else.
I just remember
he's romanticized, and then he's never missed a shot. He's never lost a final series. But what did he do in the first round? But that's how bulletproof the branding is, and that's where sports is in 2017. It's all about the brand and how much money you're going to end up
Just remember, Alonzo Mourning said it back in, I think it was 92 or 93.
Yeah.
The Miami Heat pay me $3 million a year and Nike pays me 10. Who do you think I work for?
Done deal. Guys, look, it's been a great show. We could go on and talk even more, though, but we're about out of time, though. But again, guys, I want to thank y'all, Brady, for coming on, and Jim for just being with me tonight, and Scooter and Rick. We're going to have to renegotiate you guys' contract, man, okay? Guys, it's been fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here on next week. Have a great sports week.
Soundoff 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 4 Monday through Sunday nights at 9 and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10. Soundoff 60 also airs throughout Southwest Louisiana on Vive Broadband Channel 6 at 9 p.m. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the guys and access our website and our great advertising partners at soundoff60tv.com.